Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again, of course, to another Paladins video. We are back on the PTS. We're going to be playing some Azaan today with his nerfs and also his new skin, which is one of my favourites out of the set. I've talked about a ton of the skins in this update and I might make videos on the other ones, but I wanted to focus on Willow's because it had been so long, and also Azaan because his is pretty different from the rest in his direct purchase or just through a chest. Honestly, I'm really happy they decided to give Azaan such a killer skin for his first release. The metallic effects look great, kind of sort of rusted, and I don't really know what the proper word would be, maybe patina or something, but they look great. The skin team have been honestly doing a great job for quite a while now, but the details on this one are specifically, unique. He's got a tail, whereas obviously Azaan normally doesn't have a tail. He's got the bandage on the hand, sort of these scaly things going on. Just overall, it's killer. You can see what I mean. It's a bunch of different elements, but I feel like the way it comes together is specifically, fantastic. The wings being very, very close to him and kind of, weird is the only way I can word it, is the only part about it that I don't 100% love. But right now, just to give you a rough idea, the rating I'd give the skin is between an 8 and a 9, and the effects probably a little bit lower than that. They could be better, but overall they're not bad. They're easily like a 7. So we'll jump into a game, show it off. I'll also talk about the nerfs he's had, and we'll go from there. Also, because I haven't talked about it in any of the other videos really, here's a look at the Dino dash mount. I'll use it for this match or two we play because it actually doesn't look too bad. I was expecting it to look worse for some reason in game. Not to say that I think it looks fantastic. It could look quite a lot better. It looks kind of just like a Digimon. It's the first thing that came to mind when I saw it. The metallic sort of effect on the green is cool. The claws look nice, but the head and the tail are a bit weird. Maybe in game it'll look better. I haven't used it yet myself. We'll see. I don't really talk about mounts very often. The Brody one is pretty cool, just because I realistically only use the horse ones, because the other ones make your POV kind of weird when you're mounted up. Some of these are actually really well done. A lot of these mounts have had a lot of work put into them. The Griffin is huge. Jesus Christ. Okay, Shadow Walker, also a fantastic mount. I don't really hear anybody talk about mounts very often, but I'm always happy when they add them, although if they're not a horse, like I said, I won't personally run it. This one looks fantastic. I'm pretty sure it's for the season pass. I don't have it. Kind of wish that I did because this looks great, although I don't know if I'd even run it. It just looks really cool. One of my favorite mounts of all time is the Sky Whale, but again, the POV throws it off for me. Don't know why I'm throwing it in this video. I could save it for a stuff video, but I'm going to throw it here, and I'll probably talk about it more in a different video in the future. But I'd love some sort of mini shopping mall is kind of the best thing I could think of to describe it. But a little area like the training ground where you could walk around and see all the 7 paladins and see the cost, like how you get it and all that crap. Kind of like a museum, that's a better word for it. Sort of like a paladins museum. You could see the stuff you've got unlocked, hit E on the thing to equip it and change to the character, and the ones you don't have you could buy or whatever. Some of the games have similar sort of things and I think it's really cool. I can't think of an example right off the top of my head, but there's other games I've played, even if they're single player ones, that have that sort of thing. It's really sick. It's probably a ton of work, which is why it will never happen, but I'd love to see it. Alright, well, 20 minutes of queuing later, we've got Siege Stone Keep. I'm pretty sure they left that as having a higher chance to pop up like they did in the previous PTS. They just forgot to change it. Either that was intentional, but we've got a Vivian, a Seven, a Grover, and a Torvald. We've got on their side a Fernando, a Pepper, a Ray, a Torvald, and another Seven. We'll go for Persistence, which got nerfed. They just removed the damage reduction from it. I don't know why I had it in the first place. I said that I'm pretty sure when he released, and then they also nerfed some of his sustain in his cards. He still feels really strong, but does just feel like a toned down version of what he was before. Not necessarily in a bad way, but here's a look at the weapon. Looks honestly fantastic. The eye there in the middle, the effects on the weapon do look a little bit different. Completely just threw myself off because we are on the new item shop. We're on Siege Beyond, and I just grabbed a reload speed item on Azaan. I love that that's an option. That's fantastic. The item shop I'm not going to mention in this video because I talked about it a ton in a previous video. It's literally the entire point of one of the videos I made recently. We'll just F over this way. Can't remember what I was saying. The effects are fantastic. They do look a little bit different if you're on the enemy team, but overall they are pretty much stellar. They even look different when you're amped up, which is really cool to see. I thought they would just make them the same in his skin, but they actually put the effort in to make them a little bit different. They've got like a white sort of outline or border. Let's get rid of this Torvald here any second. We don't have enough Quarterize to really deal with him. Objective lost. I probably should have been playing the point. Doesn't really matter though. NA servers, I'm not here for the gameplay, although it is a part of the video, of course. It's kind of a backseat in this one. The skin though overall is fantastic. Gameplay wise, the other change is that you can dedeploy your Q, which is great. Put it on cooldown sooner, and just, cancel one if you made a bad choice. A very jank round one, completely thrown off by the fact that I had to pick an item and read through the descriptions and stuff. I don't think I've actually shown the item shop in a video, so if you haven't seen it and you're on console and maybe, you're out of the loop, that was a quick look at it. You can pause the video if you fancy or go and look at more information. It's pretty bad. I would not recommend playing Siege Beyond at the moment because the item shop really isn't very thought out. There's some good ideas in there, but right now it is very, very janky. The skin kind of speaks for itself. There's not really too much I can say about it. You can see it on screen. It's pretty clean. We'll throw the wall and then F. The delay made that impossible. I could have easily saved that play normally, but with the delay, by the time I reacted, I was already dead. Also, the mount is kind of disappointing. It's not really got any flair on it at all. It doesn't really have proper animations either, really. It obviously moves a little bit when you walk, but the tail is super rigid. The head is super rigid. It's just, yeah, kind of janky. We'll go over this way. I'm probably going to die here any second. Never mind, we're fine. We're back up to full health, actually. We do actually have a tool vault, though, so it's not just my job to be on the point. We're going to go in here a little bit. There's a right click. We'll throw up the wall, go for the ult. We'll just hover in the air for a little bit. I guess we can go on 7 or not, because for some reason I didn't want to actually go where I marked it to go there. Okay, we'll dash the Fernando. Don't know if that's stunned. What is happening? My brain is leaking right now. What is going on? Am I dead? Lifesteal is kind of keeping me out. Pepper's out. There's a right click, hit, F combo. Okay, there's a wall as well. We'll dedeploy that. Am I dead? Yeah, okay, cool. I guess I distracted them. That was so bad. For the items, we'll grab Haven. Yeah, I have 40% reload speed on Azaan. Love it. We have movement speed from being near the point. That's, I guess, fine. You can't really see them out because of the POV, but it's honestly not great. Definitely don't want this video to come across as negative, though, because the main focus is the skin, and the skin is overall great. It's not perfect, but it is easily, a 7.5 or an 8. The effects on it are really pretty. Third person definitely looks the best. Whoever's in charge of the third person side of the skins is, clearly putting in a ton of work. This is a very, very messy game so far, nearly as messy as my commentary, to be honest. I'm just aiming for not a 0-4 at this point. Ray is just here, apparently. She went for the ult. There's a right click for a bit of a heal. We do have a Grover, but he's out. It's just me and Torvald right now. I'm going to go for the ult and then just throw it here. There we go. Okay, we'll F away. Thanks Torvald for the shield. There's a right click, more hits on him. That's Torvald going for the ult. Nando's kind of stuck. Ray died. Okay, there's a right click again. There's a Q and a hit and an F. That stun threw him through the wall. Okay, and for some reason I think that's the effector from 7 on my screen for some reason on the Nando a minute ago. I don't know what's going on. Again, my brain is leaking in this match. Torvald is definitely dead, or should be, right? Okay, can we kill him? There we go. Let's get rid of the Pepper 2. Free double, thank you very much. Go for damage to shields, sure. And then we're going to go for ult charge rate. No, I guess we can go for the movement speed. I don't know why I would buff the effectiveness of shields I create, considering I don't really create shields. I'm Azaan. I will throw the wall up here. Go for the stun. That didn't stun. Okay, Torvald's ulting. I'm dead. I used my ability anyways. I was going to get back on. Should be a 0-4. Pretty quick game. My camera is stuck over here. That's a bug that's been, in the game for a while. There is the defeat. 0-4. Well-deserved loss, I guess. I feel like we put up a pretty good fight for it, but they were the better team. There you go. There are the stats if you're interested. I'm not really going to go through them, but their Ray had highest damage. She did a fantastic job there. That was probably the messiest game I played in like a year, half a year, something like that. We did pretty good. 56k, I'll take that. Highest damage other than, yeah, the Ray. I feel like they kind of speak for themselves. This video might be a little bit shorter than usual, but I feel like I've covered pretty much all the things that I wanted to talk about. The skin is top notch. The nerf is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. There's nothing really out of the ordinary. The item shop kind of made that match way messier than it needed to be. I feel like anytime you play with a new item shop, it's going to be a much messier experience than if you just have the normal sort of thing, and having it all on the PTS at once is sometimes a little bit too much. Not going to complain about new stuff though, just going to leave it here. If you want to hear me talk about more stuff, there's videos on the channel of course, and I'll have more coming in the near future, so definitely stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Of course, let me know anything you want to see me do next, and let me know your thoughts on the skin in the comments, and as always, stay frosty. Also, kind of post-video notes that I'm going to put right at the end, even though I should probably put it somewhere else in the video. I would love to see this skin recolored with like the purple white abyssal theme. If you look at the Drogo skin, for example, which one is it? No, not Terramore, Abyssal Lord. If you look at the Abyssal Lord skin, kind of the purple sort of white effects, I think that would look really, really cool with the Azaan skin. I'm glad they did it with blue first to make it more unique, but I'd love to see it with purple and white as well. I think it would look really, really cool. My point being that I hope they recolor it in the future. Second outro, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I appreciate you staying all the way till the end. As always, stay frosty.